Hey y'all, so a couple of y'all got the dilution question wrong, and y'all thought y'all kind of had the concept down, and so y'all are kind of confused now, and so y'all asked me to explain it to y'all. So I'm making a video to kind of go through serial dilutions. So we're gonna start with an unknown sample. It's unknown, and so what we're gonna do is we're going to take 1 milliliter out of this sample, and we're going to put it in a 9 milliliter um, flask. Okay. We take what you want to do is you want to make sure that these two things add up to be 10. Okay. So this can be it's 1 milliliter and 9 milliliters. This right here can be 99 milliliters if you want, and it'd still be just as simple as a problem. The only difference is we'd be adding 1 plus 99 milliliters, which would be 1 over 100 milliliters. So that means, which will change some things later on down the road. But you want to make sure that these two things add up to be 100. Add up to be a multiple of 10 at least. All right. So what you can do is you take a milliliter of this and you put it in here to where the number of bacteria that are in that milliliter dilute to be in that whole entire 10 milliliter tube. So you can count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 bacteria in this 1 milliliter little grab that we got. So what that means is that there will be 11 in this whole entire test tube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. So there's 11 per 10 milliliters of this thing. Okay. Now, what that means is the way that you can verify that is that you take this whole entire tube and then you pour it into your petri dish. And then you count the number grown on the petri dish. So you have the colonies that form, the plaque essays that form are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. So that means you have 11 plaques, colony forming units, whatever you want to call it, thingies. All right. And you're going to multiply it times the inverse of your dilution ratio right here that you found earlier. So 1 over 10 equals 10, right? And so you multiply the number you got, 11, times the inverse of this thing, and that'll get you 110 colony forming units in this beaker. Now there are 10 milliliters in this beaker, and so that means that there are that means that there are 110 colony forming units per 10 milliliters, which equals 11 colony forming units per milliliter. All right. And so that's how you multiply to get it back. Now, if you do this another time, so if you take 1 milliliter out of here, put it in here, put it in 9 milliliters, and then you get 10 milliliters, and then you take 1 milliliter out of here, and then put it in, let's say another blank 9 milliliter thing, you'd have to multiply these two together. So if you did this again, you'd have to multiply 1 over 10 times 1 over 10, which equals 1 over 100. All right? And so that means the inverse of 1 over 100 is 100, and so you have to multiply times 100 here and not 10. All right? So the same is true that if you take 0.1 milliliters, all right, and you transferred it to 9.9 milliliters of a new solution, then it's going to be, you take this number right here, 0.1, and then you put it over 0.1 milliliters plus your 9.9 milliliters. And so that'll be 0.1 over 10, which equals 1 over 100. So that means if you get 11 colonies from pouring this whole entire thing, you're not pouring like a fraction of it. You're pouring this whole entire thing into your petri dish. All right. And you're counting it to be 11. You're going to be multiplying by 10 now, by 100 now, because 1 over 100, the inverse of 1 over 100 is 100. And so it's 11 times 100, which equals 1,100 now. All right, so that's the basic logic behind it. In experiment 15, they go over all the different types of scenarios you can have, and they go over some even practice problems in it. The only little catch is that you can't have 11 here, right? It needs to be in between 30 and 300. So I didn't really do that correctly, but the countable plate needs to be between 11. Between 30 and 300, and now that makes sense, because if you dilute this one more, you're going to divide this by 1. All right, and so you'll get, this is not between 11 and 300, between 30 and 300, but let's say you got your count to be this. All right, never mind. That's confusing. Just this needs to be right here between 11 and 300, to where when you multiply to get back, you get you multiply your times your coefficient to where it's between 30 and 300. Now again, your lab manual goes over in great detail every possible scenario of the dilutions. And so go over that. It's right after experiment 15. And then they have some practice problems, and then I think they have the answers back there as well. But maybe not. But if you have any questions after you've done those, shoot me an email or Facebook message me or call me or whatever. Text me. Do whatever. I don't really care. But make sure you have this down by tomorrow.